Welcome back to our channel. Have you ever seen someone who regularly leaves their phone in the cupboard or oven, or a loved one who used to be great with numbers but now has difficulty doing simple calculations? These behaviors might seem like mere distractions or signs of aging, but they could be early indicators of dementia. Dementia is a condition that affects memory and cognitive functions, often beginning with subtle signs that are easily overlooked. In this video, we're going to uncover 15 signs of dementia that few people are aware of. Why is it so important to recognize these signs early? Early detection is crucial because it allows for timely medical intervention and the implementation of care strategies that can significantly slow the progression of the disease and improve the quality of life. While most forms of dementia are currently irreversible, understanding these causes can help in prevention and management. Early diagnosis and appropriate treatment are vital in slowing the disease's progression and maximizing the effectiveness of interventions. Let's get started. 1. Temporary memory loss. Remembering detailed past events but forgetting recent. This symptom manifests in the patient's ability to recall events, information, or experiences from the distant past vividly, while struggling to remember recent events or information. This phenomenon occurs due to the decline in the function of brain regions responsible for storing and processing short-term memory, while long-term memory remains relatively intact. Patients often can recount detailed events from the distant past, such as childhood, adolescence, or special memories in their lives. They can vividly recall stories about their family, work, or other significant events they have experienced. However, they have difficulty recalling recent events or information, such as what they had for breakfast, who they met the day before, or what they did a few hours ago. They may even repeatedly ask the same questions or forget conversations that have taken place. Patients may become confused about the timing of events, not remembering when certain events occurred or mixing up the past and the present. This can sometimes lead them to recount past events as if they had just happened. Specific manifestations include repeatedly asking the same question or retelling the same story, forgetting recent events like appointments, schedules, or simple daily tasks such as eating, cooking, or turning off appliances. 2. Changes in eating habits. Changes in eating habits or preferences are a common sign in individuals with dementia, including Alzheimer's disease. These changes can manifest as alterations in taste preferences, eating habits, or even loss of appetite. Firstly, patients may develop new food preferences or reject foods they once enjoyed. For instance, they might suddenly crave sweets or, conversely, lose interest in previously favored foods. This change often stems from a decline in the ability to recognize flavors or shifts in the body's nutritional needs. Additionally, some patients may begin eating uncontrollably, not feeling full and continuing to eat, which can lead to weight gain or health issues related to unhealthy eating habits. Conversely, others may lose their appetite, resulting in reduced food intake, skipped meals, or only eating very little, which can lead to malnutrition, weight loss, and exacerbate existing health problems. Beyond changes in taste, patients might also alter their eating behavior, such as eating too quickly, too slowly, or experiencing difficulty chewing and swallowing. These changes not only increase the risk of choking but also impact digestion and nutrient absorption. All these factors can lead to serious health issues like malnutrition, nutritional imbalances, or gastrointestinal diseases, thus affecting the patient's quality of life and adding to the caregiver's burden. These changes are often due to the decline in brain function, affecting areas that control hunger, appetite, and flavor recognition. They also reflect a decrease in self-care abilities, as patients may forget how to prepare meals or eat properly. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more important health information. 3. Becoming easily deceived. Becoming easily deceived or believing in things that are not real is a noticeable sign in individuals with dementia, especially in Alzheimer's disease and other neurological disorders. This sign arises from cognitive decline, which impairs the ability to distinguish between reality and imagination, as well as judgment and logical thinking. Patients may easily believe in misleading or implausible information without a factual basis, as they struggle to evaluate the sources of information. They may become easily deceived or exploited by others, especially in situations involving finances, shopping, or important decisions, as the decline in judgment and logical thinking makes it difficult for them to recognize when they are being deceived or taken advantage of. Patients may begin to believe in things that are not real, such as the existence of people or events that do not exist, leading to sudden or unusual behavioral changes based on these false beliefs. For instance, they may try to contact non-existent individuals or organizations or become obsessed with the idea that they are being watched or threatened. The decline in judgment makes them easy targets for scams, such as telephone fraud, email scams, or fraudsters posing as friends or employees of reputable organizations. Moreover, the inability to differentiate between reality and imagination can cause patients to live in hallucinations or fantasies without realizing they are not real. This not only reduces the quality of life for the patient but also increases the risk of being deceived, exploited, and facing issues related to finances, personal safety, and mental health. 4. Difficulty in understanding and following instructions is a common sign in individuals with dementia, especially Alzheimer's disease. This sign manifests as patients struggling to grasp information, interpret, and carry out instructions or daily tasks, which directly impacts their ability to care for themselves and perform daily activities. Firstly, patients may lose the ability to understand or follow verbal or written instructions, including simple directives like open the door, turn on the light. Additionally, even if patients understand the instructions, they may forget or become confused between the steps required, leading to incomplete or incorrect task completion, or missing critical steps. For example, they might skip important steps in cooking or forget how to use household appliances. Furthermore, patients often react slowly or do not respond when asked to do something, taking time to understand the request or being unable to start the action immediately due to impaired information processing. More specifically, patients may have difficulty performing activities that require multiple steps or logical thinking, such as assembling furniture according to instructions or completing a task that requires a high level of concentration. They may also repeatedly ask questions or request that instructions be explained again because they cannot remember or understand them the first time. 5. Misplacing objects. Misplacing objects is another sign of dementia, particularly in the early stages of the disease. This occurs when individuals frequently place objects in illogical locations and later cannot recall where they put them. People experiencing this symptom might leave keys in the refrigerator, place the TV remote in the bathroom, or store eyeglasses in a kitchen drawer. They often spend a lot of time searching for these items and sometimes are unable to find them at all. Misplacing objects in inappropriate places can have significant negative psychological effects on the individual. Frequent difficulty in recalling the locations of objects can lead to feelings of helplessness and frustration regarding their abilities. This sense of loss of control and confusion can result in anxiety, stress, and even depression. The repeated confusion and frustration from not being able to find necessary items can also undermine the person's confidence, making them feel less capable of managing daily life. This is particularly serious when the person starts to question their abilities and becomes concerned about increasing dependence on others. 6. Impaired judgment. This occurs when individuals begin making unreasonable decisions or exhibiting poor judgment, which can directly impact their daily lives. For example, they may choose clothing that is inappropriate for the weather, such as wearing a heavy coat in summer or light clothing in winter. They might also struggle with financial decisions, such as spending money imprudently or making poor investment choices. This symptom arises from a decline in cognitive function, particularly in processing information and making decisions. Judgment typically relies on assessing situations and making decisions based on logic and experience. When the brain's ability to process information effectively diminishes, individuals may lose their ability to evaluate situations correctly, leading to poor or inappropriate decisions. The reason why impaired judgment is one of the early signs of dementia is that it is closely linked to overall cognitive function. As parts of the brain involved in reasoning and decision-making are affected, changes in behavior and judgment often become evident early on. This can include an inability to recognize potential dangers, such as crossing the street without looking, or difficulties managing daily tasks like cooking or driving. The decline in judgment not only affects the individual's safety but also impacts their quality of life. It can lead to increased dependence on others, putting additional strain on family members and caregivers. Therefore, recognizing and addressing this symptom early is crucial to help individuals maintain their independence as much as possible and protect them from potential risks. 7. Forget important, familiar information. More severe memory loss is a significant sign in the second stage of dementia, and early recognition is crucial. This symptom is characterized by the inability to remember important personal details, such as addresses, phone numbers, or significant life events. When these pieces of information are forgotten, individuals not only struggle with daily tasks but also face substantial challenges in maintaining connections with the world around them. Specifically, forgetting an address or phone number can lead to undesirable situations, such as getting lost even in familiar places or having trouble contacting others when needed. This not only diminishes self-confidence but can also negatively affect social relationships, leading to embarrassment and withdrawal. The decline in memory at this stage is not just a temporary lapse but a clear indication that the disease is progressing. When the brain loses its ability to store and retrieve important information, early intervention and personalized care become extremely important. Recognizing more severe memory loss early not only allows for appropriate care but also provides an opportunity for timely intervention to slow the progression of the disease. This, in turn, helps stabilize the patient's mental well-being, supporting them in maintaining independence and improving their ability to manage daily life. 8. Difficulty in performing daily activities. Difficulty in performing daily activities is a significant and telling sign of dementia, particularly as the disease progresses. Initially, patients may struggle with managing finances, such as paying bills, balancing bank accounts, and remembering expenses. This can lead to serious financial mistakes or even loss of assets, adding to their psychological burden. Furthermore, cooking and preparing meals also become more challenging. Patients may forget necessary ingredients, fail to recall recipes, or be unable to follow cooking steps, leading to meals that lack proper nutrition or pose fire hazards if appliances are left on. This not only affects health but also raises concerns about safety. In addition, maintaining personal hygiene and self-care becomes difficult. Patients may need assistance with bathing, dressing, and personal hygiene tasks, often because they forget to do these things or can no longer perform them effectively, resulting in a decline in quality of life. Moreover, the ability to manage time and daily schedules is also impaired. Patients might forget appointments, lose track of time, or be unable to plan daily activities, leading to a sense of loss of control and increased anxiety. This decline results in greater dependence on family or caregivers, making patients feel a loss of freedom and helplessness. 9. Difficulty finding words. This condition involves trouble in finding the right words during conversations, which can hinder effective communication. Individuals experiencing this symptom often struggle to express their thoughts. They may know exactly what they want to say but cannot find the correct words. For example, they might describe an object but be unable to name it, or they may use incorrect or vague words instead of the right ones. This difficulty not only makes daily communication challenging but can also lead to embarrassment and frustration, both for the person with dementia and those around them. Conversations can become disjointed and hard to follow, as the individual might pause frequently to search for words or repeat incorrect phrases. This issue often becomes more apparent in situations that require a high level of concentration or when the person feels stressed. It is particularly noticeable during important discussions or when explaining complex ideas. Over time, this symptom can worsen, making it increasingly difficult to convey thoughts and feelings, and sometimes leading the person to avoid conversations or complex discussions altogether. 10. Disorientation in space and time. Disorientation in space and time is a clear and concerning sign of dementia, especially as the disease progresses. One of the earliest manifestations of this sign is that the patient can easily get lost, even in familiar areas. They may fail to recognize or remember the way home, even on routes they take regularly. This not only raises safety concerns but also increases the risk of panic and anxiety, not just for the patient but also for their family. Additionally, disorientation can also manifest in the patient's inability to perceive time, such as not distinguishing between day and night, or not recognizing whether it is light or dark outside. This temporal disorientation can significantly disrupt the daily routines of the patient, making it difficult for them to adhere to habits like eating times, sleeping schedules, and other daily activities. For instance, they may wake up in the middle of the night and mistakenly think it is daytime, leading to confusion in performing daily activities such as cooking, personal hygiene, or time management. More worryingly, disorientation in space and time can lead to dangerous situations. Patients may wander away from home without realizing where they are, not knowing how to get back, or they may forget to turn off household appliances like the stove, creating a risk of fire and other accidents. These situations not only pose direct threats to the patient's safety but also cause significant anxiety and stress for their family and caregivers. 11. Difficulty in recognizing family and friends. Difficulty in recognizing family and friends is a clear and concerning sign of dementia, especially as the disease progresses to a severe stage. Initially, the patient may struggle to recognize the faces and names of close relatives such as spouses, children, siblings, or close friends. They may look at a loved one and not recognize them, leading to confusion and anxiety. This not only causes distress for the patient but also emotionally hurts their loved ones. Furthermore, patients often confuse the roles and relationships between individuals, such as calling a daughter mother or confusing friends with strangers. These misunderstandings not only cause confusion and discomfort but also diminish the patient's ability to communicate and interact effectively. A major reason for this phenomenon is the decline in facial recognition abilities, which makes it difficult for the patient to remember or recognize familiar facial features, leading to difficulty identifying people. All of these factors contribute to a decline in the quality of social relationships, as the patient may become embarrassed or avoid communication due to feelings of confusion and uncertainty. This not only increases feelings of loneliness but also has a profound psychological impact, causing anxiety, fear, and insecurity for the patient. At the same time, family and friends may feel heartbroken and disappointed when they see that the patient no longer recognizes them. 12. Changes in behavior and personality. These changes can include the patient becoming easily agitated, overly sensitive, or displaying unusual behaviors such as suspicion, hallucinations, or delusions. Initially, the patient may become very easily agitated and overreact to everyday situations. This makes communication and interaction more tense and challenging. Next, they may develop unfounded suspicion or delusions, such as believing that family members or friends are talking badly about them, stealing their belongings, or intending to harm them. These thoughts not only cause misunderstandings but can also exacerbate family and social relationships. It's truly frightening when you can't trust those around you. Additionally, some patients may experience hallucinations, meaning they see or hear things that aren't there, leading to fearful or strange reactions. This can cause them to respond to things that aren't real, increasing confusion and concern for both themselves and those around them. Simultaneously, personality changes become apparent, with the patient becoming isolated, losing interest in previously enjoyed activities, or conversely, talking more but with incoherent content. All these symptoms indicate a decline in the functions of the brain areas responsible for emotional control and logical thinking. 13. Loss of communication ability. Loss of communication ability is a serious symptom of dementia, clearly manifesting in the patient's inability to communicate effectively. When experiencing this symptom, they often use short or nonsensical sentences, limiting their ability to interact and connect with others. Initially, patients may tend to use very short sentences, lacking detail, or fail to complete sentences, making it difficult for listeners to understand their intended message. Additionally, they may use words that make no sense or are inappropriate for the context, rendering their speech confusing or meaningless. Furthermore, patients struggle to find the right words to express their thoughts, resulting in pauses or the use of incorrect words, which causes conversations to become fragmented and difficult to follow. These symptoms not only cause confusion and discomfort for both the patient and the listener but also create a communication gap, diminishing the quality of social and family relationships. This communication breakdown leads to feelings of frustration, shame, and loneliness for the patient, as they are unable to clearly express their thoughts and emotions. The inability to communicate effectively also increases the risk of misunderstandings and conflicts with those around them, as their intentions or needs are not properly understood. Additionally, the limitation in communication makes it challenging for patients to access and utilize support services, medical treatment, and social resources, resulting in incomplete or inaccurate diagnoses and treatments. 14. Loss of the ability to respond to sound or light. This symptom manifests as the patient not reacting or reacting slowly to external stimuli such as sound or light. Patients may not respond to their name being called, the ringing of a phone, or other familiar sounds, leading to reduced ability to communicate and interact with others. Moreover, they may not react when lights are turned on or off, or when there are changes in lighting in the room, which increases the risk of accidents because they are unaware of environmental warning signs. Additionally, the slow response to external stimuli is another clear manifestation. For example, when someone touches them, they may take a long time to notice and react, reducing their ability to protect themselves and respond to dangerous situations. This slowness not only affects their ability to interact but also makes the patient feel isolated and disconnected, as they cannot respond promptly to cues from their surroundings. The lack of response or slow reaction to sound and light increases the risk of accidents. Patients may not recognize warning signals such as car horns, alarm bells, or traffic lights, leading to dangerous situations where they cannot protect themselves. Finally, the loss of the ability to respond to sound and light can negatively impact the patient's quality of life. They may become less active and less involved in social and recreational activities, leading to feelings of boredom and depression. 15. Loss of mobility. Loss of mobility or ability to walk is one of the most serious and concerning signs of dementia, especially in the advanced stages of Alzheimer's disease or other neurodegenerative diseases. This condition often begins with the patient needing assistance to move around, and in more severe cases, they may become completely bedridden. Patients struggle with maintaining balance, walking, or standing up from a chair, requiring support from canes, walkers, or caregivers to move around the house or outdoors. Muscle weakness and loss of motor control can make them prone to falls, leading to serious injuries. As the disease progresses, they may be unable to move on their own and need full assistance to transfer from bed to chair, go to the bathroom, or participate in daily activities, often requiring support from specialized equipment. In the most severe cases, patients may become bedridden, unable to move independently. Increasing the risk of pressure sores, decreased blood circulation, respiratory issues, and heightened risk of infections due to poor hygiene. The loss of mobility or ability to walk not only reduces their independence and autonomy, making them completely reliant on others for basic needs, causing feelings of helplessness, shame, and loss of self-esteem when they can no longer perform daily activities they once did with ease. Through the signs and symptoms of dementia that we've explored, it's clear that the disease not only severely impacts the quality of life for the patient but also deeply affects their families and caregivers. Early recognition and timely intervention play a crucial role in helping patients maintain a safe and stable life, as well as easing the burden on families. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it to spread the information to more people. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos on health and how to best care for your loved ones. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next videos.